Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Sever7, and today we are taking a look at the Zero Tolerance 0556 automatic. That's with the ultimate goal of seeing if it's worth adding to your collection or your daily carry rotation. Now, huge shout out to Adept Knives. It's because of those guys that I'm able to produce content every day, almost every single day. I can't afford to get knives like this on my channel for every single video I do. And it means a lot when companies support my content and support the channel because ultimately that allows me to put out more content for you guys. So huge thank you to Adept Knives. Now this was designed by ZT Originals and the OEM is Zero Tolerance and made in the USA. So jumping right into it, we've got really nice milled titanium scales. You can see the milling goes all the way around. We have nice milling in the button for a little extra traction. We have these really beautifully executed carbon fiber inlays on both sides. We've got that same textured milling going around the chamfer, and it only breaks right here to show off the American flag. God bless it. We have a hilarious pocket clip, very functional. In and out of the pocket's great. Retention is great. Super deep carry, but hilarious pocket clip. As far as the ergonomics go, this is a nice, easy knife. It's thin and it's light, right? And typically thin, light means hot spots. But because of the chamfering they've done, and there's no aggressive points, like this here is all smoothed out, it's all chamfered. This turns out to be a very comfortable, easy to manipulate knife. I wear large size gloves, I can hammer fist it, and I could even choke up if I wanted to. Not up here, but I could choke up if I wanted a little more leverage into my cut, and I've got plenty of space back here. So ergonomics, pocket clip is almost non-existent because it's almost non-existent. So I don't feel it at all in my hand. And even spots like this, which I would normally say are pinchy, they're not pinchy because the chamfer isn't just on the outside, but it's also got some chamfering on the inside. So even squeezing as hard as I can, I mean, if I squeeze as hard as I can, the pocket clip becomes a little bit of a hot spot, but the handle itself does not. And then if I hold it like a normal person and I'm not white knuckling it, the pocket clip goes back to disappearing in my hand. So as long as you're not squeezing the life out of this thing, it's going to be incredibly comfortable. We do have functional jimping up here that will actually stop your thumb in place, which is nice because it's really fine jimping. And it's got some depth to it. So this jimping is gonna lock you in and be reliable. Even though there's not a lot of it, you're not gonna find yourself choking up a whole lot further than this right here. Right? So very functional, feels great. Let's talk a little bit about this blade. So this is where the magic happens. So of course we're rocking Magna Cut, so super balanced steel, not only balanced but highly rated in all categories. Magna Cut, I know some people hate on it, I guess because it's, you know, the hipster thing to do. Magna Cut's fantastic. But what makes this special is, here, listen first. Hopefully you guys can hear that. This isn't just a belt satin. This is textured, this is milling, right? This isn't a belt satin because they rubbed it. This is a belt satin because it was machined. As in, this has actual depth. And you can hear that with the way I swipe my finger back and forth. This has texture to it. These are milled lines. And most people are going to look at this and just say, oh, wow, that's a really beautiful belt satin. Yeah, it's more than a belt satin. This is actually milled out. And it's the same up here too. Really hoping you guys can hear that. because I barely hear it, so I have no idea if you guys hear it or not. I really hope you do. But it's basically just making that scritchy, scratchy sound because I'm gently rubbing against the milling. But that's fantastic. Outside of that, of course, we have a very handsome drop point blade. We've got a beautiful milled swedge up here. The fit and finish on this is absolutely fantastic. The only complaint I have is the billboarding. I really don't mind the ZT right there. That doesn't bother me a bit. I actually prefer it there. But holy cow, we come back here and we've got 0556 Kai USA Magna Cut serial number 1775. And then I think this logo means ZT original, but correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. You guys can see that. I just wish we could find a more creative way, or put a lot of the numbers in the Magna Cut stuff. Like, you've got room down here to do it. You could do it right down here. I mean, you've got options, right? And whenever I say down there, I really mean like this here. You could easily put like Magna Cut or whatever. You could remove some of the billboarding and put it other places. All right, let's talk about the action. So this is not going to be like your Kershaw launch series, right? Kershaw launches are great for the price, but this has a much more profound and powerful detent than the Kershaws do. This is a lot more in line with a ProTech, right? It's got that same premium feel. If you have the button depressed, it's got more than enough power to bring the blade back to true. Very satisfying click. Satisfying acoustics on the way out. It sounds great and it kicks like a horse, which I like. I've had soft side opening automatic knives and I hate it. Where it's like the blade just kind of like hot dogs out. It's like, you know, you almost feel like you have to throw some wrist into it. Not with this guy. This thing hits like an absolute truck. All right, let's talk a little bit about some specs. We are rocking 7.75 inches, so while it's thin and light, it's certainly not a small knife. The blade is 3.35 inches, and the blade to handle ratio is 0.76. Above 0.7 is acceptable, but the closer we are to 0.8, the closer we are to having kind of a Shirogorov look. So I would say that this knife is doing just fine. And then we have an overall weight of 2.4 ounces, which is insane considering how much knife you're getting. This is like, I mean, it's just insane. 2.4 ounces, and you're getting almost a full-size knife. Yeah, weight to blade ratio is terrific. A couple of quick size comparisons. Up against the milled aluminum Civivi Brazen. Third best Civivi ever made next to the Visions. Up against the Real Steel Sylph. And we're coming in kind of in between those. And then my favorite budget knife of the year so far, the Migron Gotov. And we're coming in, I'd say, a strong 1.5 inches above the Gotov. All right, so what's the price of this bad boy? MSRP is $450, but you can ignore that because no one pays MSRP. If you go to your typical dealer, this is going to be listed at $360. That's a lot of money. That's not a crazy amount for a USA-made automatic knife. I mean, that pricing is going to be in line with ProTech. But what makes it extra cool is that Adept Knives has a 20% off code. It's just the word welcome. If you use the word welcome at checkout, you get 20% off, which brings this knife down to $288. Now, $360 to me is not the greatest value, right? At $360, I feel like you're paying a little bit for the name ZT, all right? And I like ZT, but I feel like $360 is a little more than what this should be priced at. I think the closer to 300 we get, the better. And I'm not, a super expert or anything like that. I do what everyone else does. I compare it to its competition, and I know that ProTech puts out automatic knives around $250, and you know, this might be higher quality, or it might deserve a step above $250. But I think at 300, this knife is a banger. So at 288, this is an absolute home run, right? Plenty of places offer discounts, but I don't know any places that are offering you 20% off, especially on things like American made ZT knives, right? And Adept Knives has, Spyderco's, they have Kaisers, they have, a ton of different brands. I will link Adept Knives in the description. That is an affiliate link, but you don't have to do it for me. Do it for you. Because if there's a knife there you want, 20% off is going to be a better deal than you're going to find literally anywhere else. 20% off, just use the code WELCOME. That is insane. I mean, I love White Mountain knives with all my heart. I still do. But, they give 10% off. And that's head and heels, and that's everything above what most retailers do is 10% off. But the fact that Adept Knives is out here doing 20% off, and they're sold out of some stuff now, but Adept Knives is one of those shops that I kind of keep in my back pocket, right? Obviously, I'm going to share it with my viewers, but I'm certainly not sharing it with the pass around group. I don't tell my other YouTube friends about it. People that have bigger audiences, I don't tell them about it, because I would like to keep this as much of a close to home, for me and my subscribers as I possibly can. I want you guys to get first dibs on 20% off, right? And other people will find it too. I mean, it's not like, no one knows about Adept Knives, but as it sits, the fact that they still have Spyderco's in stock, they still have ZTs in stock, means that it's not the most wide known yet. So while you guys have the chance to, take advantage of the welcome code, 20% off. And, if there's a knife you want that they have, you might as well get it at the best price possible. All right, now jumping back to the ZT. This thing, for me, daily carry. I have absolutely loved having this knife. It has been a delight to use. I feel like a secret agent every time I pull this knife out. It's been a tremendous amount of fun. It does everything you would expect a knife to do. It's got a blade, it's sharp, it's magna cut, and when you look at it, you can just tell, right? Opening letters, opening boxes, cutting through tape, right? I wouldn't take this to the factory necessarily to, break down boxes for 8 hours, but I would take this to the office or literally anywhere else. This could even be a church carry. This could be your weekend knife, right? If you don't want to carry the beater, right? If I don't feel like bringing if I don't feel like bringing the Civivi, if I want to dress it up a little bit, and stand out, this is a hell of a knife to do that. So, yeah, at 288, highly recommended. As long as you like out the side knives, you like this aesthetic, then I can easily recommend this. So for me, all day carry, but what about for you? Is this a collection piece? Is it an everyday carry piece? Or does this knife just miss the mark for you entirely? Whatever your answer is, let me know down in the comments. I'm really interested to read your thoughts. And guys, if you like the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Until the next time, guys, peace.